Netflix's Bet is the latest in a long line of live-action anime adaptations, this time reimagining the chaotic world of Kakegurui for a Western audience. Released in May 2025, the series sets itself at an elite Canadian prep school where gambling rules the social hierarchy and a mysterious transfer student shakes things up. It sounds familiar, but familiar doesn't always mean faithful. Bet is sleek, sanitized, and striking on the surface, but underneath, something critical is missing. In this video, I will break down why Bet struggles to live up to the original, explore the fan reactions, and discuss whether this adaptation ever had a real chance of succeeding. The premise of Bet borrows heavily from Kakegurui's foundation: social hierarchy, gambling dominance, the house bet system, and the arrival of a mysterious new student who disrupts it all. However, this is where the similarities largely end. In Kakegurui, the system is a grotesque satire of institutional power, wealth inequality, and compulsive behavior. In Bet, these themes are reduced to background noise. What was once a psychological pressure cooker becomes a moody teen drama where gambling is more of an aesthetic choice than a narrative device. The show aims to be digestible to a broader audience, but in doing so, it loses the visceral energy that made the source material captivating. Let's talk about the characters, or rather their westernized shadows. Yumeko Jabami becomes Yumeko Kawamoto, and while Miku Martino gives a commendable performance, the character has been fundamentally rewritten. Gun is the thrill-addicted gambler who lives for risk and chaos. In her place is a protagonist with a revenge arc. More sympathetic, yes, but far less intriguing. Mary Saotome, once a proud, erratic, and dangerously intelligent student, is now a shallow queen bee trope. Her complexity is reduced to cattiness, and her motivations are hollow. Across the board, characters are simplified into archetypes: the mean girl, the noble underdog, the mysterious outsider. What made Kakegurui so memorable was how no one fit neatly into a box. Bet puts everyone back in one. Fan comments show this frustration. They turned Yumeko into a C-dub protagonist, all trauma, no thrill. Mary used to terrify me. Now she is just Regina George with dice. It feels like they read the synopsis and not the manga. One of the most glaring issues is how Bet handles gambling. In Kakegurui, games are life or death. They are metaphors for power, ego, sexuality, and psychological dominance. Every match escalates like a battlefield of the mind. In Bet, gambling is mostly used as set dressing. Poker, blackjack, and basic card tricks are shot with little intensity. There are no mental breakdowns, no exaggerated reactions, no stakes, it's just games. And the direction reflects this. Kakegurui used Dutch angles, dramatic color shifts, hallucinatory cutaways. Bet uses medium shots and clean color grading. Stylish, sure, dangerous, not really. It feels restrained, like the show is constantly pulling back when it should be diving in. Beyond style and tone, Bet suffers from thematic displacement. Kakegurui works because it's firmly rooted in Japanese society's obsession with success, shame, and competition. The high school setting isn't just aesthetic, it's a pressure chamber. But relocating the story to a Western prep school without replacing the cultural weight, Bet creates a void. The world feels ornamental. There is no real tension beneath the surface. Everyone's problems feel vaguely dramatic, but never existential. As one Redditor wrote, they westernized the story but forgot to re-anchor the themes. It's like moving a bonsai tree without replanting it. There is also the issue of representation. While Yumeko is played by a mixed-race Asian actress, many fans criticized the broader casting choices for erasing the Japanese identity of the source material. Critics called out the lack of Asian cultural elements, noting that a story so tied to Japanese tradition should either retain its setting or lean into its cultural roots in new ways. Some articles highlight this tension. One headline said, "Kakegurui fans slam Netflix for Asian erasure in bet." Others defended the adaptation, arguing that localization is valid, but only when it brings something equally meaningful to replace what's lost. To be fair, bet isn't without redeeming qualities. The cinematography is clean and consistent. The production design, especially the school interiors, is visually appealing. Costumes reflect character types well. And the lead actress, Miku Martino, does carry a lot of scenes despite the limitations of the script. Some viewers who haven't seen Kakegurui actually enjoyed Bet as a standalone drama. It presents accessible themes of power, revenge, and manipulation, even if in watered-down form. One person writes, "I never saw the anime, but I liked the vibe of the show. It felt like a thriller light with a boarding school twist. But ultimately, the show plays better for those unfamiliar with the source." Bet has potential. The concept of a gambling-based social hierarchy is rich with storytelling possibility. But what made Kakegurui shine was its boldness, its wild energy, its unpredictability, its willingness to go to psychological extremes. In adapting it for a broader audience, Bet lost that nerve. It replaces shock with plainness, obsession with motive, and chaos with caution. It's not a failure because it changes things, it's a failure because it changes the wrong things. Let me know what you thought about Bet. Thank you for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more episodes. See you soon!